how these shooters are walking away with their lives. Because I listen, I'm not even for the death penalty. I am against the death penalty because I don't believe that a life for life. I don't feel like that's justice, right? You're not here anymore. So how I don't, and everybody's different, and I have also not been affected by someone murdering a family or friend, or I don't want to say that I know how I would feel, but I am also one of those people where I feel like my belief is my belief. And so, just for a quick example, I'm big on if you know me, I'm big on the ID channel, and I'm big on Oxygen. I'm a crime-ophobe. I love all them shows about the crime and the murderers and the snap. That's my thing. That is my go-to when there's nothing on TV, or if I'm not in the mood to watch anything in particular, I'm on the ID channel. So I saw an episode of I think it's Murders in Atlanta or Homicides of Atlanta. Don't quote me and get mad at me. It's one of them. It's like Murder in Atlanta or Homicide. They have one for Atlanta and one for New York. Really good shows. Watch. That's on Oxygen. Yes, I think it's Oxygen. And so in one of the episodes, it was three brothers. Two were preachers and one wasn't. Anyway, the one that wasn't a preacher, he was murdered. Some kids, they saw him and his wife in a nice car. They were in a Porsche. And I don't know where they went. I'm gonna try to, because I don't want this to take up too much time. I don't know where they went, but they was going back home, and three kids, they was looking for trouble, and they saw, a nice car, and they followed the car, they followed them home, and when they got to the house, they basically was like, what you got? Because they see a nice car, so they assuming they must have some other nice things in the house. So they take them in the house, and they're like, what you got, what's going on, you got money, whatever. So, of course, initially they were willing to give up. Our life is not worth a wallet, a car key, whatever. So here, take whatever you want. And then they heard a noise because the daughter, she was there. She was at home. So I'm sure she heard the commotion and maybe she went to hide or whatever. And the guys were like, who else is here? And initially they were like, nobody. But then they was like threatening them, who else is here? So they said, listen, our daughter's here, but, don't worry about her. Take whatever you want. So the gentleman went to basically go upstairs and I guess find the daughter. And the father was like, oh, heck no. Because at this point, he's like, they may try to rape her or she may die. Like, we don't even want to know what their next step is going to be with the daughter. So he basically fought them and they shot him and he died and they leave. So anyway, the guys get caught. They all get caught. That's how it ends. Thank God they all get caught. But the brothers, one of the kids were young. So I think two of them were over 18 and one of them was like, let's say he was like 15, maybe 15 or 16. I'm not sure. He was under 18 though. And they were going to give him, some life in prison. I think because Atlanta, they were saying something about in Georgia, if you commit a crime like this, it's only life or death penalty. I think it's something like that. They did explain it's only like two options. So I want to say two of the guys, they did get life. And then the young one, he was about to get life too or whatever. And the brothers, the two preachers, they were basically saying that they spoke on behalf of him for him not to get life, like for them to change it specifically for him. Like, you give him time, but maybe like 15 years, 20 years. And so my point of the story is they said the reason why they went and advocated for him is because this is what they preach, right? They in church every day preaching about forgiveness, preaching about second chances, preaching about you can make a mistake. And yes, sometimes your mistake is a big mistake. Sometimes it's not just, forgetting to lock the door or, leaving your wallet at home. Sometimes your mistake can result in the death of somebody, somebody leaving you, hurting someone. That sometimes mistakes are big, right? And so we are pastors and this is what we preach. We preach that the Lord forgives every mistake regardless of the mistake. So So my point was, my little side tangent was, that's why I don't believe in the death penalty, because I appreciated them saying that, because that is true. You have these pastors and these preachers and these priests and these nuns and all these people who claim that God is the final say all. He is the one who is going to judge everything that we do in this life, from the minute we come out of the womb to the day that they are either putting us underground or putting us through that fire. And so if that is what we feel, if that is what we believe, who are you to judge that, right? Who are you to tell me I can't have an abortion? Who are you to say, because I did this, this is what's supposed to happen to me? Who are you? Now, once again, this don't got nothing to do with laws and repercussions and consequences. That's not what we saying. But just certain things is the things that the government and lawyers and police and people with authority are trying to force and trying to say is not the same as holding to a consequence, right? It's not the same as repercussions of action. It's not the same as, yes, sometimes I'm not gonna fuck with you no more. You did what you did, and I hear you, and I understand it, and whatever, not even understand it, but that's it. I forgive you, but I'm letting you go. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Jesus gonna deal with it, but I'm just walking away. You understand what I'm saying? So anyway, that's my little side tangent with the death penalty. But what I'm saying is that I have never, lost someone in that manner, but I'm just confused how it's not death penalty wise, how these mass shooters keep walking away when you killing a brother over Skittles. You know what I'm saying? When you killing a brother because his hoodie is on. When you killing a brother and he tells you, hey, I have a gun in my car. I am a licensed to conceal and carry. This is where my gun is. It's not loaded or my safety's on. Let me get it for you. How are these people not living? My insurance and registration is in my glove compartment. I'ma go get it. Hey, I am unarmed. I have nothing on me. I'm listening to what you're saying. My hand is up. How am I losing my life with that? But I'm not losing my life when I am in the process of taking others' lives, when I have weapons on me that can take your life. You understand what I'm saying? You come into me and I got a freaking, a Glock, AK. How am I walking away? But I have some Skittles. I got a hoodie. I am communicating with you what I have on me, what I'm doing, where my hands are at, but I'm not walking away from this. How does that happen? How am I sitting at home on my couch watching TV and you walking up in here taking my life? How you walking into the wrong motherfucking house and I am the one that is dying? How are these things happening, but I have an active weapon in my hand that I just used to take lives and I'm walking away with my life? How is it happening? That is the question, people. That is the question. Oh, you know how it's happening? Because I'm motherfucking black. Because I'm motherfucking brown. Because you don't like me. Because you see my strength. You see my beauty. You mad God made me. You regular and I'm not. That's why. Okay. So that's my little tangent on what's going on in the world. And I do plan on being more on top of my episodes. I know I say that every episode, right, guys? I know, I do. And I'm going to be more on top of it because this is an outlet that I am very passionate about. I don't need no money off of it. It is just something for me to do. It helps me 45 minutes out of my day where I can talk and discuss and get things off my chest, and I feel a safe space, and I'm not worried about what nobody thinks. And, that's how I feel about that. So, thank you for listening. And thank you to those who have consistently shown up for me despite having things going on in their own life. Your support, your loyalty, means the world to me, and it does not go unnoticed. For those of you who are constantly tuning in and you retweet this and you show me love, I appreciate it so much. It means the world to me, because like I said, this is an outlet that I have been wanting to do for years and I've been working on for years. And it's just, when I tell you guys, every time I get into a groove, life just be like, oh, you happy? Oh, you feeling yourself? Okay, let me help you out, boo. So, So yeah, so I got all riled up just now. Goodness gracious, let me get some of this water. Oh. But yeah, my podcast is just something that is really for me to be able to have an outlet. And I, like I said, I appreciate everyone that tunes in. Um, and I appreciate everyone in my life. I love you all. And thank you so much for listening. And hopefully, I will get better with this, and we will discuss anything else going on in this crazy thing we call life. And I plan on trying to do like a travel blog, because that's initially my website that I have not been on, guys. I don't even know what's going on my website. I have to check it out. I just paid for it. But I love to travel, and I've gone so many cool places. So I want to try to do like a travel blog and podcast as I travel, and episodes where I'm talking about, hey, this is where I'm going. I'm actually going to Jamaica next month for a bachelorette party. I'm also hoping to spread I don't if you guys don't know, I am Jamaican. My grandmother was born and raised in Jamaica, and I want to scatter some of her ashes out there. So that's a plan. And I just have a couple of cool things I'm hoping to do this summer. Put my little name on a shirt or something, and just promote me and big myself up, because I am really my hardest critic. When I tell you I'm hard on myself, guys, I am hard on myself. So I just want to show that I believe in myself, and that that I love me. And this is about self love and self promoting and just doing what makes me happy. And my grandmother would have wanted that. She was always cheering me on. And when I would tell her I'm about to do it, I'd be like, Nana, you gotta keep it down, because I gotta do an episode. She'd be like, okay. And would ask me what the episode was about, and she wanted to hear it, and she had the app on her phone and stuff. So it was. This is definitely me trying to show her that I'm going to continue living, because my grandmother lived, guys. And one episode I will talk about, the singing and acting and dancing and all the cool things that my grandmother did, being in the paper, and she had a fascinating life. And she would have told you guys that. So anyway, thank you for tuning in to my podcast, So Opinionated. And until next time, guys, bye.